Good morning, everyone. My name is Charles Eggert. I'm the CEO of OPX Biotechnologies based in Boulder, Colorado. We are a 3-year-old company, and in many ways I think we are a good example of the power for clean tech to drive economic growth in the state of Colorado. Specifically, OPX Bio is commercializing new technologies to make renewable chemicals and fuels. But importantly, it's a spin-out of technology from the University of Colorado. As you will know from the Cleantech Action Plan, we have a strong innovation and research base in this area to drive clean tech growth, and OPX Bio is one example of that. In addition, we've attracted over $20 million of financing to help grow the company, over $17 million in venture capital and $6 million from the U.S. Department of Energy to support our growth. Perhaps the most significant metric for the company, in those 3 years, we've grown to employ 50 people in the company, and I think that really is the aim of this plan, is to be able to grow clean tech for all the benefits that will bring to the state and to the nation, but also to drive economic growth and job growth in the state of Colorado, and OPX Bio is one excellent example of that. I am also Vice Chairman of the Colorado Clean Tech Industry Association, and obviously I represented the clean tech industry as a member of the stakeholder group and the steering group that has put this plan together. So let's talk about the plan. It's called the Colorado Clean Tech Action Plan, and there's something to note about that title. It is an action plan, not a research report. So really, we have put together the specifics of the actions that need to be taken and the investments that need to be made to drive economic growth in clean tech in the state of Colorado over the next 3 to 5 years, and to further strengthen the economic climate in this state. When you read the report, or at least read the executive summary, you'll see that there are actions specified in 3 key areas, what we call foundational, and those are key actions that apply across all of the important sectors in the clean tech industry in the state of Colorado. There are so-called sector-specific actions that apply to the 4 priority sectors for growth that the plan identified, those being wind, solar, smart grid, and bio-derived. And then there's a third set of supporting actions in the plan itself. Just to give you a few highlights about the plan, and particularly focusing on the foundational elements, those are the highest priority and the most important. The group that has developed this plan with Navigant believes that the 2 key things we need to focus on to drive growth in clean tech are in the areas of developing capital or funding and leadership for the companies in the clean tech space. So some specific examples of actions within those 2 areas. We think it's important that we work together to increase the funding that's available for proof of concept or seed funding of new technologies. Technologies like those that came into OPX Bio 3 years ago out of the University of Colorado. We think, therefore, it's very important to fund the Clean Tech Discovery Evaluation Grant Program. That program was passed by the legislature, but still needs funding. Critically also is the availability of venture capital or capital resources, risk capital, to help companies as they get started in their early days, so-called seed capital or early stage capital. This plan is very specific about working together to create what's called a fund of funds to attract venture capital from within the state, but also from outside the state, to make it available to companies that are leveraging technologies either that arise here in Colorado or that are imported to the state from other sources. On the leadership side of things, we think it's important to accelerate the support for so-called incubators that help new companies and founders of new companies get started, and also to broaden the executive level education programs to develop stronger leadership to take these companies from early stage and on to success. There are a number of sector-specific actions also called for in the plan, in wind and solar, for example, to accelerate transmission development and to establish statewide priorities for recruiting new companies in those sectors to Colorado, something that Sandy spoke to you about just a minute ago. In smart grid, to connect clean tech companies with utilities and to provide more incentives for utilities to invest in and collaborate with new high-tech smart grid companies. And in the area where OPX Bio works, in bio-derived sector, we think it's important to have available to us expanded pilot facilities to test and prove these technologies at larger scale. Some facilities like that exist, for example, at NREL. We need to build on that strength, but also expand that across the state. And And we also need to think about ways that we can partner as the state of Colorado to access biomass that can be the source of input to these new technologies and processes. So to conclude, this is an action plan, and the key now is to implement that action plan. We were joking a little bit beforehand, thinking that the hard part was behind us now that we had the plan, but of course you all would recognize the challenging part is now implementation and making this real and making it happen. So CCIA and the steering group and the stakeholder group will continue to be involved to guide and lead the implementation of the plan, to monitor the progress, to provide regular reports, and to check on results and benefits. And you can expect also during that time that there will be revisions to the plan as we get new ideas and as we make progress or in fact run into certain roadblocks along the way. But the key thing is that the job doesn't end today, it actually just starts today. This is the day now we take steps to move forward to implement this plan for the growth of clean tech in Colorado and for the development of the economic climate here in the state. Thank you very much.